Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11.
Very pleasant. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Home Track Heroes. It's All Ply Roofing Season Championship Night number 2. Our program all year long here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11, brought to you by All Ply Roofing. I'm Caleb Hart. Chad Fitzpatrick joining me for Championship Night numero dos. Chad, out of the race car from Championship Night 1 with the late model, and now we are getting a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to start things off with the Youth Hornets, and got even more coming up tonight.
Okay, most definitely. Figure eights, mini stocks, whole bunch of stuff.
Well, let's get to her. We only got a little bit here. First up, Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets. This is the one division that is not awarding championship hardware. Why? They don't give out a season title.
No point.
Show up, race, get trophies, develop as a driver, and continue on. So let's take a look at their lineup. Jalen Morgan, the 22 car out of Arlington, sponsored by Goldhammer LLC. That is your pole car. Harley Jenkins, the 5J out of Maltby, in the I'd Hit That Motorsports machine. Row number 2 is Caleb Williams out of Gold Bar in the 50. And Taylor Thompson in car number 4 to the outside out of Snohomish, sponsored by Weather Right Roofing.
Inside row number 3 is the 23 Alexis Tubbs out of Monroe, sponsored by DL Enterprises. The 43 Mason Blodgett out of Lakesview, sponsored by Allied Motorsports. 4th row inside the 32 Sawyer Holden, sponsored by Weather Right Roofing. The 14X is Jacob Levitt out of Buckley, sponsored by Cameron Iverson.
Well, the back row is supposed to have 2 cars, but as it sits right now, one of them's missing. That'd be the inside 9th place starter, Hawk Jenkins, 35J out of Maltby, in the I'd Hit That Motorsports car. We do have Kylie Ann Surian, the 67 out of Snohomish. Waltz Wood Company sponsors that machine. So right now, 9 of them out there around the 5th mile for the final time here on the season, and we are green. Final Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornet main event of the year.
As they go into turn number 1, they're 4 wide again. We've been seeing this again, just like that. As 50 of Caleb Williams goes around, the 43 Alexis Tubbs gets into him. We will rack them and stack them. This has been kind of the theme. Can't get through turn 1.
A little bit. It's been problematic. Let's
Yeah.
watch and see how it went down. Caleb with the C Williams. Not saying that's wrong spelling, but it's the wrong spelling. As they work their way into the corner, and yep, ran out of room. Right front to left rear, and left rear ends up suffering.
But they kept it off the Uke tire this time.
That helps.
So that definitely helps. So not as much damage. We'll watch under Caleb Williams here. As
complete with the bald eagle stuffing.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
I wonder if that's a eagly from the Peacemaker show. Either way. So, Caleb's going to have to refire, restart. We'll have to try once again to get this up and going. Youth Hornets.
Yes, we will.
12 to 14 years old, out there running for trophies and experience. Williams is going to be given a spot back there, going to penalize Tubbs and send her backwards on the field. So, still 9 cars, and the 22 of Jalen Morgan. That's
We went green.
Yeah,
we're going to hold it.
It's quite
we'll
the
see.
start.
That was.
And it's a big benefit for Kylie Ann Surian. Look at that. Surian originally 9th on that first start, and she's 2nd after this opening lap.
Wow, look at that. And here comes the 32 of Sawyer Holden as well, as we will redo that one again.
What do I know? Bad start.
Hopefully, maybe 3rd time's the charm.
I mean, Surian did go 9 to 1 on,
Yeah.
I mean, 7 to 1 because she had moved up to an inside row. But,
Still.
well, let's do it again. 3rd time's charm.
Let's try this again. Okay, so we moved 1 row back. That is one thing that is new for this year, is if you don't do a good start, you just move 1 row back, not all the way to the back. Green flag, that was the best start that we have seen so far today. We are 3 wide again, 4 wide momentarily through 1 and 2, but out front it is the 4 of Taylor Thompson with a huge lead over the 43 and the 50 of Caleb Williams as they go into turn 3.
It was the entirety of the row, too. They didn't just move Morgan. They moved Morgan and Jenkins back to the 2nd row. So Williams and Thompson got that front-running spot, and it's Thompson taking off to the early advantage. Williams and Blodgett side-by-side for position 2 with Surian up to 4th early here.
Yeah, Blodgett looking to the outside. He is there. He will make the pass in his new Acura Integra. He started the year off in a Ford, as he will be chasing down the 4 of Taylor Thompson through 1 and 2. We got a spin. Turn number 2. That is the 5 of Harley Jenkins going around.
Familiar spot.
That has been just the spot all year for the Youth Hornets.
It has. Ronnie, a.k.a. JD, throws the caution flag, and well, it's been cautions breed cautions, and we've got more than a few of them already here. Let's take a look at the replay.
Looks like got a little help there from the 14 of Jacob Levitt there, so we will Once again, we've said this now 3 times, rack 'em and stack 'em.
Let's
We'll
do
try
it
this
again. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, repetition is good. They're getting lots of start and restart practice, right?
And we are now
Right.
single file, I believe. Yep, we are going single file
all
for
right.
them. So it is Taylor Thompson, Mason Blodgett, and the 50 of Caleb Williams. That is your top 3. We've only got 2 laps in the books. We are green flag, a good start for Mason on the outside. He will grab the lead from the outside off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, and that is your new leader, Mason Blodgett.
I mean, I get it. I get the allure of the double file start, especially if you got a lot of cars in the division, right?
Yes.
It makes it so your leader is not starting so close to your last place car. It gives that last place car a little bit of breathing room before lap traffic is a thing. The leader's breathing down their neck, but being as that we invert so much of this field in so many different divisions, and all of that track advantage that a double file restart gives the cars running in the even numbered positions, I would love to see more single file restarts.
Yeah, single file was definitely more of the old school way
Right.
of doing things. And then probably within the last 15 years, almost all racetracks, other than dirt, probably.
Have gone to double file in
Or
a
even
lot of
cone.
ways. To that point, it definitely adds to the fan excitement, right?
It definitely does, but it adds to your pocketbook when you, or less to when you're wrecking more cars.
Sure, and here in a Hornet, okay, it's a couple $100 worth of stuff, but we get into those double files on the late model side of things, and boy, one little mistake, especially coming up to speed, can be worth thousands of dollars
Oh, yeah.
of somebody else's equipment.
We've seen cars even in the Hornet division, 6, 7 cars get completely tore up. But you know what? That's also part of racing. A good battle right there.
Holden!
Oh, that was a hard hit
Bang.
there.
Yep, took out 3
And
in
that's
that
Jenkins.
shot.
He's a little late to the party.
He got there, though.
Yeah. So
I
looked
can
like
see the disdain in JD's eyes already.
Yeah.
He is tired of these yellow flags already. As let's see her again into the corner. And
little love tap in the middle of the straightaway, but just got Caleb loose.
Yep.
And unfortunately, just nowhere to go. And that is what we got there.
so from Williams' car, and boy,
That was a hard hit, too, right in the door.
just not much he could have done there,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Well, I guess that'll be one of those things. We've got 12 to 14-year-olds
Mm-hmm.
out there here at the Youth Hornets, and one of the things we're trying to teach them on the circle track is when you can get bumpered up, when you can drive a little more physically, and hey, this is the place to learn, right?
Yeah.
Rather see them doing it here than in a super stock, figure 8,
Or a late model,
a
street stock.
a mini stock,
So we are underway of 4 laps or 6 laps in the book so far. I think we're about 15 minutes into this. So as we are also, they do have a time limit on these
Yep.
races. This is 25 or 20 laps or 20 minutes. So they are catching up on that time limit, 13 laps to go. As it is Mason Blodgett getting chased down by Kylie Ann Surian and the 14 of Jacob Levitt. He is searching for his first win as well. First win, I should say.
That's right. Mason cranking the steering wheel and right now holding a car length advantage over Surian and Levitt. Levitt, who's really come alive here in the back half of the season, and Surian, who has been strong all year long. If we were awarding a season championship, she'd have a pretty good bid for it, I'd say.
It would
this
probably
year.
be really, really close, or even between Hawk Jenkins as well.
Jenkins has run very well as well. As Levitt making the move to the inside of Surian, he will make the pass. So Jacob Levitt ascends to second over Surian in third.
So we will see if there has anything left in the tank for the 14 of Levitt to get to the 43 of Blodgett, as they are looking like they are going to be putting Sawyer Holden a lap down very, very shortly, as you saw in the last camera view. He has been in the victory lane, I believe, a couple times so far this year, and that is the 32 of Holden. A good battle, that looks like. That is for 4th, maybe 5th, between Alexis Tubbs and the 4 Taylor Thompson. I believe Hawk Jenkins is a few laps down.
Few at least.
Yeah.
As there goes Alexis, a feature winner here at Evergreen Speedway and Youth Hornets. And Jenkins in the 35 car, originally scheduled to start 9th, but didn't make the opening call. Now right on the back of the pink and black DL Enterprises 23.
Trying to get some laps back here. Ooh, contact. And right into the back. She'll go around. Ooh. As we will see if we go yellow. We are staying... Nope, yellow. That is yellow number 5. I believe.
Front bumper is skew now on the Tubbs car. Maybe it was before, but we'll see. All right, so let's take a look at it going into the corner. Here's the first tap, and the thing is, contact's going to happen.
Yes.
At this point in time, lift.
There's a few things, like I said, that these are young drivers. There's a few things that they will learn over the years of racing when your lap's down. don't pass a car that's a lead lap car, or if you can, don't be charging the corners.
Right. There's an etiquette.
There's a very big
right?
etiquette. If that happened in like a street stock or a late model, that probably would have ended a lot differently.
Sure. I mean, you had a driver sitting up there racing for position within the top group, and you're trying to make laps back. That's
one thing.
Yeah, that's not going to be very favorable. If that was a battle for position, okay. Hey, sorry, made a mistake, but you know.
Yep, but they'll learn. They're still new.
12 to 14 years old. Hey, retribution.
Now they're stuck. Oh, now we keep going. Oh, stuck again.
And
number 6. And that frown keeps getting bigger.
Well, JD clearly took the under on the sports betting on the Youth Hornet caution flags as they're coming into the corner. And so yeah, retribution was twice?
Yeah. Okay, well.
I mean, once is an accident, two's the start of a pattern?
We'll see, you know, we're not supposed to say our opinions. You can make your own opinion on that.
Questions that the race director has to answer coming up. So, Mason Blodgett, Jacob Levitt, Kylie Ansurian, 1 through 3, trying to finish 7 more laps.
So we will try this once again as we are green flag. Mason probably just wanting to see that white flag. He knows the laps are ticking away. When you go down the backstretch, even on the 5th mile, you could see that scoreboard. And believe me, we're looking when we go down the backstretch.
Surian in the corner. Actually had the run underneath Levitt there coming out of turn number 2, but couldn't make the pass. As a complete aside, Tubbs started ahead of Jenkins on that restart. So officiating caught it and said, no, 35J.
To the back.
Stop being so naughty.
Yes. So we got the Acura up front, then we got the 2 Preludes, one older than the other. As then we go back to 4th, and I believe that was the 22 of Jalen Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan making a good showing.
Doing a good job there. We had 19 Youth Hornets on track today. So we had a full B main as well. And with this class, when you're in a B main, you don't get to move up. You just get the trophy. Yeah,
trying to keep your car count kind of small for these laps around the 5th mile. Otherwise, it would be such chaos.
And equal skill level, too.
Yes, indeed. There goes Surian to the bottom, making the pass. She had Levitt lined up a couple of times, but this time it sticks and gets tagged in the rear bumper cover, but drives away.
And it still sticks. So, alrighty, they have gone back and forth. We got some
Jenkins
brother
on
and
Jenkins
sister
this time. As the 22 of Morgan was pulling off onto the 3/8. Don't know if you caught that at the same time.
Yeah. And I think that's a flat right rear tire on the 35 of Jenkins there, or he's just practicing his drifting.
Well,
looks like a flat.
Front-wheel drive car, you might be able to pull this off.
Yeah.
Right?
He probably, because a white flag is out, it looks like.
Time limit's been hit, I will bet.
Yes. So let's see here as they go through 3 and 4. It looks like this could be the first win for Mason Blodgett.
Give it to the kid. Well done. Checkered is out, and Blodgett takes the W. Surian got way high, and Levitt sneaks back underneath. Retakes second, Surian third. Hey, Jenkins, you don't need that right rear. You'll finish. In incredible fashion. All right, let's go talk top 3 at the Angel Winds Casino Resort podium.
Kylie, you've been part of this class for a while now. It's been awesome watching that 67 car improve over the many years you've been running with us. What comes next?
Stingers next year. I'm going to run for Rookie of the Year, and then hopefully Hornets as well.
Now, you've put on quite the show these last couple years in that number 67. What's the biggest piece of advice you could give to any fan who might want to get into Youth Hornet racing?
Definitely get into it. I know it's not the cheapest, and it'll probably hurt your parents' bank account, and they'll hate you forever for it. But it's definitely a great thing to get into, and you just need to. My first year, I sucked. I just needed to be patient, and I'm really glad where I am now.
And who would you like to thank?
Give me a second.
A classic cheat code.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to Waltz Woodco for the car. Thank you Chip Happens, McCarthy Electric, GC Auto Group, Reppin Welding and Rails, Simply Rocks, Les Schwab in Snohomish, Napa and Darrington, Estes Heating and Cooling, Bees Fab and Tuning. Thank you so much. You guys really help. Brandy Hood Promotions, Hired Standard Construction, J2 Racing, Honest Transmission, and Best Towing. And my dad, my family, all the fans out here, you guys make this all worthwhile, and all the money.
Driver number 67, Kylie Ann Surian, third place tonight. How old are you, Jacob?
14.
All right, 14 years old. That means you got options next year. Where's the game plan?
Hornets, maybe mini stocks, but most likely Hornets.
All right, sounds pretty exciting. You've had quite the season out here. Your first, if I'm correct. What was it like, getting that opportunity to refine the craft over the year?
It was pretty fun. You just got to stay concentrated and not get focused on something else. And after you do that, it's so easy.
Who's helping you out?
Thank God, my dad, my mom, Jack Racing, Mahoney Racing. Who else? Rev Up Energy, everybody that's supporting me, and Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace.
Driver the number 14, Jacob Levitt, second place. All right, Mason, how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Mason, I remember top of the season watching that number 43 car roll out of the trailer and wondering what the future held for you. I watched you come through B mains, come up here into the A main, you pick up the win tonight. How does it feel?
Feels amazing.
It's a special division out here in the Youth Hornet class. You are following a lot of different drivers who have gone up into the bigger classes. Where do you hope to go?
Probably mini stocks or late models.
And who would you like to thank for your performance out here and the win tonight?
My mom, my dad, John Bender, JBR Racing, Allied Motorsport, New American Funding, Joe's Racing Products, and DeYoung Inc.
Your race winner, driver the number 43, Mason Blodgett.
We are here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11 season championship night number 2. And of course, Home Track Heroes brought to you by All Ply Roofing. I'm Caleb Hart. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. Vintage Modifieds coming up, Chad.
Let's do it.
30 times around the 3/8. Let's give a look at lineup for these awesome race cars. It's Mike Clother, car number 7. He's on the front row of this. To his outside, Shane Strimple in car number 57. Row number 2, Rick Villiard is in the 2. RT Griner running the 25 tonight out of East Wenatchee, Washington.
And the rest of the field, the 8 is Jason Quatso, the 23 of Cale Cheth, the 82 Vince Conwell, and the 22 Steve Woods. And rounding out our field, the 77 of Vern Houston. 9 cars for 30 times around. Some familiar faces.
This vintage mod division, the Northwest Vintage Mod, is not a championship running class here. However, they've got a traveling group, and they still have more mains to go on the year.
Yes,
so,
they got one more over at Tri-Cities Fall Classic.
That's right, where they'll pair up with some other vintage mod divisions somehow, some way, that all have slightly different rules, but they'll find a common ground, right?
They will. They always do, as we are green. 30 times, like I said, around. The 7 of Mike Clother will grab the lead. Here comes the 57 of Shane Strimple to the outside. They are side by side, door handle to door handle, and it'll be Strimple, your leader, as they go flying into turn number 3.
Down the back straightaway, Villiard and RT getting after it coming out of the corner. Griner up and around, look out to the inside. Clother off the pace and drops a bunch spot. That race for second was a race for third. Now for the 2 spot, Villiard will pull ahead.
Villiard does pull ahead over the 25 RT Griner out of Wenatchee. Root Beer Racing, if I remember right.
That's right.
As we got a good side-by-side battle between the, I guess that would be the nephew and uncle, Steve Woods and Cale Cheth. Cheth to the outside, looks to the outside of RT Griner as they come off of turn number 2.
That's a power move going up and around the outside. We have seen both of those drivers, Woods and Cheth, able to use that middle groove to race. Up and into third, maybe fourth respectively at the line now. As they'll continue to duke it out, it is Woods into third, and here comes Cheth once again.
Yep, Cheth looking to the outside of RT as they go into turn number 3. Both of them coming from the street stock, hobby stock type division.
Yep.
Both of them there as they come off of 4. Still side by side for 4th, but that was Cheth at the line by just a nose. RT with the preferred line. but Cheth is making the outside groove work once again. A really good run off of turn number 2 there.
If you're spelling it, by the way, it's R/T.
Oh,
so, yeah,
okay.
Kind of cool.
Is that short for anything, or is that actually his name?
R/T.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Bob and Val, they got creative on that one.
Yes.
And I appreciate them for it. As they roll down the back straightaway, Strimple's still up at the top spot. For second, Woods has made the move around Villiard. So Steve Woods on the hunt, and we will get the GoPro, thanks to Brandy Hood Promotions, mounted outside of the body by the right rear now as he goes after Strimple out of turn number 2. This will be a cool shot.
Yes, most definitely as they go into turn number 3. That is Woods on the inside, side by side, couple feet separating both of them. He will once again have the preferred line. Shane Strimple hung out to dry on the outside. That will allow the 2 of Villiard to the inside in a new paint job for Villiard, as that was a little bit of close call right there, but we are single file once again through 3.
That camera is mounted off that rub rail.
That's very risky.
And at the same time, kind of cool.
Yes, I wonder if maybe it was a GoPro that they're using that was broken already.
Oh, it's something like that. To the inside, Villiard's going to make the move. He'll take second. Here comes Cheth, racing down the back straightaway, and he has got a good run for third.
Oh.
RT got in, used that front bumper a little bit. But no blood, no foul. We continue on and give third to Cheth, give fourth to RT.
Well, they are very well built front bumpers, but you don't want to get stuck together. You know, obviously this is open wheel racing here.
Yeah, and these drivers are running, they tend to run each other pretty clean.
Yes.
We don't see a whole lot of that bumper get used. Maybe just a love tap once in a while.
Yeah, very few and far between. The one person that is I have not noticed up front, normally we've seen him every time in the top 3, and that's the 82 of Vince Conwell.
Vince kind of mired at the back at the moment, although just in the last few races, few weeks, that 25 is picking up some speed. Quatso's 8 car has a brand new motor underneath it, and that thing is screaming. So there were some changes they made mechanically with setup at the same time that they dropped the new motor in that have really brought that car alive, and he started to string together some good results.
Yeah, most definitely is. But back up front, this has been like a broken record. Steve Woods, your leader, as he is slowly pulling away, as Rick Villiard hanging on for dear life, trying to keep Cale Cheth to the back end of him. Fourth is still, I believe that is, we see that is RT Griner into turn number 3, side by side, looking momentarily, but couldn't do it. Actually, now he does do it. He goes into turn number 1.
Taking a look, but Villiard got down just in time. And Cheth didn't stick the nose in too far where he could get into some trouble. Now I'll try the middle groove around the outside.
Yeah, Villiard got really loose coming out of 2 and was able to open up that outside groove, and he actually had to slam on the brakes going into 3, so I was able to make it to where Cale could make it work. But he's still able to go on the outside, and he's staying right there. Longest way around the racetrack with Cale with a really good jump going into 3.
You know, Cale looks just a little loose, but it's maneuverable loose. It's
Yeah.
fast, loose, look out, hang on.
And we were talking about bumpers.
Well, they used them there.
Yeah.
But everybody drives away. We're 15 laps in. We're still in green flag condition. And now you can go in cockpit. I've been waiting for this. In cockpit with Cale Cheth on the right-hand side of your screen. Very cool layout to these cars.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about all these cars. They're not all the same. Bodies aren't the same. Each chassis is not the same. It's all built however they want it.
Yep.
As now we start to see Vince Conwell slowly starting to work his way up. Something going on with the 2 of Jason Quatso. So maybe he had a short run type of car, as we have been seeing pretty much all year a lot of these races at Evergreen going green and checkered, though.
That's one of the beauties of this division. And I love it when they come out because they usually go 1 through 30 with no problems.
Yeah.
And so far today, we're getting that same look. As you can see, boy, Cheth really having to get a lot of steering wheel input to get that car around the corner as he tries to chase down Woods.
And it looks like he's going to have a little bit of help from the lap traffic as they was trying to get, that is Steve Woods trying to get around the 7 of Clother and the 22 or the 77 of Houston. They get out of the way there, and we resume.
Well, throw your bets down on Steve Woods if you're heading up to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. Angel of the Winds Casino Resort and RV Resort, the official casino resort of Evergreen Speedway. Angel of the Winds takes great pride in being the best in customer service, entertainment, lodging, fun, and gaming in the entire Northwest.
They most definitely do.
It's a good time. The food is so good.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
As we continue, it is still Steve Woods, Cale Cheth, RT Griner. We'll see. I don't think he's gotten a podium here at Evergreen Speedway. I know he has at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, but same with Jason Quatso. He's fighting for a podium spot as well. And once again, here comes Vince Conwell.
Uh-oh. Yeah, come on, Vern, save it. Save it, Vern! No, don't make us look dumb by throwing a caution. We laid the announcer whammy on him.
Yeah.
That's our bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vern. So down the back straightaway, another guy who came out of hobby stock, street stock world, Vern Hewson.
Yep, I remember him.
Into the corner, and Strimple just overshot it a little bit. Around goes the 77 car.
I think half of this field came from that division.
It's kind of
Street stock, hobby stock.
It's not quite a late model, but it's still in the range of affordability, like some of the, like just a little step up from where the street stock, hobby stock world comes, right?
But they're a lot faster. They're on that slick tire. The old slick tire. They're on the 30-45 and 30-35, which I'm sure that's going to be going to an end very soon.
And they have most of the same componentry and suspension that a late model has. Take a look at them. They're running very similar A-arm setups, combinations of shocks and springs. So races like a late model without the expense of them.
Yeah, that's the best of both worlds right there.
Love it.
As we got the nephew and uncle fighting for that lead as Cale Cheth looks right behind Steve Woods, as now we got the 8 of Quatso to the outside of Griner. They're both fighting for their first, I believe, can't quote me on this, their first podium at Evergreen Speedway at least. As here comes Vince Conwell once again. We were saying earlier, we haven't really talked about him much, and he's cracking in the top 5.
Usually we see Vince, the first guy out there to try that middle groove, to try to get around, and he has just been hunkered down on the low side of the racetrack. Steady as it goes for Conwell with the awesome digital gauges right in there behind the driver gloves, working down the straightaway. He's got to run inside Quatso here, and he'll be looking to take that position with just 7 to go as Conwell now pushing his way to the front. He's got 4th at the line.
Yeah, he definitely does. That was a good jump right there. A little bit of contact between Conwell and Griner. One thing I will say about Conwell, he is probably the oldest driver in the field. He is in his mid-60s, but that is one thing about the Conwell family. His dad used to race bombers.
Yep.
I think he was 72 when he quit racing. So Vince got a few more years to go, quite a few more years to go, to get up to when his dad raced bombers.
You are familiar with the name Ernie Conwell, former University of Washington St. Louis Ram tight end.
Well, this is Ernie Sr. that we were talking about.
That's right. So Ernie, Vince's brother, and still has the Super Bowl ring. Flash around if you ask nicely. That's what I've heard.
I'm sure he will.
Here comes Vince. He's darting to the outside groove now, and Griner making him work for it. Takes him wide down the straightaway. But Conwell, 82 car coming to life. 3 to go. He's got 3rd.
Yeah, that's definitely, you could definitely tell that Conwell's been racing for a long time. He was going where the other drivers weren't, and that was to the outside, and it worked. He is your new 3rd place driver as he lets it slide up a little bit. I believe that was probably by design. I don't think that was car control or anything like that.
It would be cool to see RT or Quatso make a podium, but hey, that's what apparently next year may be for, as Conwell gets to take it off. But again, class is making some strides through the middle of that. It took that long for Vince to get to the front. That means drivers, cars, programs are improving as we see the white one more time around for Steve Woods.
Yeah, Steve Woods looking for, I can only imagine.
Win
I'm sure
number 273.
Exactly. It'd be like when we say how many Steve Peters hasn't bumped a pass.
754.
Yep.
Yeah. Checkered flag, Steve Woods finishes his Evergreen Speedway year out with a W. Cheth 2nd, Conwell 3rd. Good race for both RT and for Quatso in 4th and 5th. But the day belongs to Woods and Cheth with Conwell. 3 of them will go to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium.
Vince, it was quite a drive there. It was single digits laps to go. You were sitting in 5th, and you made a great move to get around the 8, and then you set it up to try to get around RT. Just walk me through having to make those couple moves, knowing that your laps were ticking down.
Well, over the years, I've learned that you're not going to go anywhere unless you go to the outside. So the car started working really good after about 20 laps, so I went for it, and it worked out for me.
Yeah, it's real close racing there. There was like 5 or 6 of you competing for 3rd at the end, but ultimately you bring it home. Who helps you get this car out here?
Northwest Concrete Cutting, my wife, Deanna, and my crew chief, Jim Shaw.
All right, we'll give it a 3rd place tonight. Driver of the 82, Vince Conwell. Kelly, you're always fast when you make your way to the Super Speedway of the West, and these races, at least here around R38 Oval, have been between you and Steve a lot. Talk about what more you think you needed to try to get to him tonight.
I really don't know. My car was junk in the heat race, and we made changes, and it worked out for the better, so I don't know what else I needed.
Well, good run. You were closing there in the end. Ultimately, who helps you get that car out here?
Steve and my grandpa, and then 7K Construction Remodel, Campanelli Crane, First Day Electric, AccuVac Furnace and Duct Cleaning, all my family and friends that come out, and all the fans.
All right, let's give it up. Second place tonight, Kale Chef. Steve, you fired off fast. This car always seems to be, it's like it's on the rails out here around this 3/8 oval. And once you got to the lead, you didn't look back until that late race caution kind of maybe threw something in the works. Talk about when you see those caution lights flick on and you're getting to the end of the race, what's going through your head?
Yeah, you never want to see them when you have a good lead there. But it is what it is, and we're still able to hold them off.
Yeah, you and Kale really were throwing it at each other, but ultimately you're able to bring it home in the top step. One more race for you guys at the end of this year in this Northwest Vintage Mods series. Talk about what it's been like running this year for you.
It's been awesome, man. This club is awesome. If anybody's interested in getting into racing, this is the club to do it in. It's inexpensive and a lot of fun.
And who helps you get your machine out here?
Most of all, my dad, John Woods. My whole family kind of helps out. We all work on each other's race cars and stuff. First Day Electric, Campanelli Cranes, AccuVac Furnace and Duct Cleaning. I think that's it.
All right, you're a race winner for the Northwest Vintage Mods. Put your hands together for Steve Woods.
Home Track Heroes continues on here on Seattle 11. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart. And a big thank you to PLY Roofing. PLY Roofing, our season-long sponsor here on Home Track Heroes, also sponsor of the season championship night number 2. For the Northwest Pro 4 trucks, this season title is decided. Calvin Miller dominant the division, as he will be the track champion in this one. Let's give you your lineup for their 30-lap A main event. Pete Brady is the 4 truck. Matt Green is the 7 truck out of Arlington. Shane Green is the 8 truck, and Aaron Green is the 6 truck out of Snohomish. Your first 2 rows.
Third row inside is the 2 of Mason Warren out of Everett, sponsored by Bonus Racing. The 24 McKenna Cox out of Arlington, sponsored by Northwest Boiler. Our champion, the 49 of Calvin Miller out of Arlington, sponsored by Buck Tom's Trucking of Arlington. The 93 of Mackenzie Angelitas, sponsored by Squires Machine.
Row number 5, Jeremy Howe in the 12 truck out of Arlington, sponsored by TD Alskog. The 9 truck of Greg Vaughn out of Arlington, the Alley Bar and Grill sponsoring him. And Jesse Gonzalez is the 88 truck, also an Arlington-based truck. He is sponsored by Squires Machine. We've got 6 of these trucks claiming they're from Arlington. Apparently that is the Northwest Pro 4 Truck Center of the Pacific Northwest.
Must be right, because as you were saying that, I was just counting them. I going, yeah. So I'm not sure where I think Pete Brady's from the south. I want to say Federal Way, don't quote me, but I think it's kind of closer to South Sound Speedway than Evergreen Speedway. And I think the Greens are somewhere in the Arlington maybe area.
Well, the only other one we don't know is Mackenzie Angelides. So let's see.
I think that's South Sound area too. So we are green flag right now, as we got the 7 of Matt Green and the 4 of Pete Brady. We've only seen him a few times out this year. Great to see him back, but it is the 7 of Matt Green grabbing the lead in his truck, as here comes the 6 of Aaron Green to the outside, as the 8 of Matt Green, or Shane Green as well. All 3 Greens running in the top 5 right now, and here comes the 24 McKenna Cox to the outside of Green and the 4 of Pete Brady.
Would you say it's a green party up at the front of it?
Yes,
Excellent.
Most definitely. It looks like a trophy dash up front still.
And that will be the one political reference we give you during the entirety of this show, just FYI.
Forever. That's the first and only.
For this year.
Okay, for this year.
Yeah.
Well, for me at least.
Angelides looks like down in the Auburn area.
Auburn? Okay.
Right, so not Arlington. That's the key thing.
But it starts with an A still.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, good point. Well, Pete Brady on the inside, McKenna Cox on the outside in the 24 truck. Side by side. By the way, this is the bonus round where every time we call it a car instead of a truck, we find ourselves $1. So if you want to keep track at home, you can do such as Calvin Miller up on the back of the Cox 24 trying to move forward.
Through 3 and 4, McKenna, I believe, was the last time we saw the trucks at Evergreen Speedway. She was the winner. They have not really ventured to other racetracks so far this year. They have been just sticking with Evergreen Speedway. This series does go to South Sound. I believe it went to, up in Canada, I think went to Agassiz.
They have tried running on the dirt down at the Grays Harbor Raceway before,
too,
which was an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
To the outside goes Cox. She is up and around the 6 of Green. Give the 24 truck second, right as the 7 of Matt Green pushes wide, and to the inside. Good timing for Aaron Green and good timing for Calvin Miller.
I was going to say, here comes Calvin Miller, and we're 3 wide. The 7 of Green to the outside, McKenna in the middle. Here comes the 49 of Miller to the inside. That truck has just so much power coming off. It just sticks right to the ground. They definitely got a good setup, and it has been showing everywhere throughout the Northwest that the 49 truck is the one to beat.
Yeah, it's been driven really well by Calvin. Jason's got his hand in the setup and obviously the funding of the thing, and it's been good. Here comes Cox to the outside. Green's taking up just enough room to the inside lane that Miller couldn't stick his nose in there, and McKenna Cox making the bid for the lead down the back straightaway.
McKenna went where Calvin could not go. He looked to the inside, could not make it happen, so he will follow McKenna through 3 and 4 off of 4. Hits that hump, gets a little loose, as your new leader just by a nose is the 24 McKenna Cox. Here comes Calvin Miller to the outside as well. Of that is the 6 of Aaron Green.
Always kind of wonder why, if you had any inkling that the guy behind you was a bit faster, why you wouldn't just carry that side by side for a little while? Too many chances for something bad to happen?
You know, it's one of those things. I think he might have just been hanging on for dear life, or when you get the lead, just go. Try to go. When you're, if you're in McKenna's point of view, Calvin is probably equal or if not faster than you.
Right.
So try to get away from him as fast as you can, because there might be a chance where maybe he isn't as fast. He's just really good in traffic, and maybe when he gets on a long run, it won't work out for him. But clearly it is working out for him.
Generally, the strategy you see is, okay, I'm going to get up and around, I'm going to try to go. Very rarely will they sit and use that other car as a pick.
Yeah.
Or in this instance, truck. Not costing myself $1.
You did it before me for once.
I did. It happened once. But you can see the logic behind it, too. You really would have to have a lot of trust on the truck to the inside of you, though.
Yeah, and we're obviously this is their championship race, their final race of the year. They have probably gotten to know each other on and off the track, what one driver's going to do, what the other's not, or vice versa, what one is going to do, and you want to get away.
Yep.
So there's that, too. But, McKenna and Calvin have been racing together for years. I believe they even raced youth Hornets together and Hornets together. So they know what they're going to do. McKenna, tends to look to the outside. So does Calvin as well. So that's definitely a big skill to have between both of them.
So far, so good for McKenna Cox in the 24 truck. Calvin Miller sitting in position number 2 with 16 to go, just a little more than halfway. Miller has not yet found the path, although he is right up on that back tailgate of the 24.
So far, he's just fast enough to be right on the rear bumper cover of McKenna. He does look to the outside, but not enough power, not enough grip off of 4 compared to McKenna. But now he looks to the inside of McKenna, and the door got shut on him. So he's just, like I said, just fast enough to be right there, but not fast enough yet to pass.
You think of all the experience and coaching that's available to McKenna between Steve, Dawson, Chrissy down in that pit area, who's seen more than one circle track race in her lifetime as well.
Oh, yeah.
I am sure she knows, hey, listen, you're out front. Just don't give somebody the inside. Make them work for it.
Yeah, and that's what exactly is what she's doing. It's actually starting to work out for her, because I think Calvin is starting to struggle to even keep up with McKenna. It's one of those things. Calvin is the champion. He already knows that.
Yep.
So there's really no need to save anything. He's not going to lose anything.
And at the same time, it's the last race of the year. How much do you want to risk the truck at this point?
Exactly. There's that too.
I think Cox might have just made the mistake picking up that throttle and pushing off the corner a little too early. And just like that, quicker than a hiccup to the inside goes Calvin Miller.
Momentarily, look at that run that McKenna had coming off at turn number 2. Took a hard left, it stuck, slammed on the gas, and once again, she will regain the lead. That was very impressive.
Good
by
job.
McKenna.
Yeah, good job defending the spot when she got back to it. Now we'll see if she makes the mistake again. And
I think she found something.
Do you?
I think look at that. I think she's starting to realize if she is not hugging that white line, it's actually taken a little bit, except for turn 4 right there. But coming out at 2, if she's right at that white line, it's not a very good run. But if she goes up just like that, she gets a really good run coming out at 2, just like that.
Okay, so let's watch and see how she counteracts in 3 and 4, because that little extra push out of the corner is what's been giving Miller the look to the inside going into 1.
She didn't do it that time.
No, kept that thing a little tighter, and there goes Miller again. turned down at a sharper angle at the end of the corner, but still not enough to get underneath the 24 truck and pick her up.
McKenna definitely changed her line in a good way, apexing a little bit earlier and able to straighten off the corner faster, using what little horsepower these trucks have to her advantage.
These are 4-cylinder trucks, Northwest
Yes.
Pro 4 trucks. They are built 4-cylinder motors, though. Got a lot that are coming from like your Eslingers, etc. So they make good power, even though they are only 4-cylinder.
Yeah. So but one thing, she is using all that
Yes.
horsepower to her advantage by turning a little bit earlier and straightening off the corner earlier.
Making long straightaways,
Yes,
right?
and she's doing it again. Once she does that coming off of turn 2, she gives up a little bit going in. You see Calvin get right to her back bumper, and then she loses him down the coming out of the corner.
You've got slower traffic about to play a factor as Miller tucked right in on the back bumper cover of Cox. That is Angelides going down a lap here as into the turn, McKenna trying to hold off Calvin Miller. Let's take a chance, thank one of our sponsors, and that would be the fine folks at PRCBD. Visit PRCBD in Arlington for all your CBD products. For people and pets, PRCBD has help for all types of aches and pains. Go to prcbd.com, use the promo code RACE. PRCBD, proud sponsor of the Evergreen Speedway NASCAR Hornet Division.
Calvin Miller starting to get loose going through 1 and 2. We saw that the last lap lost a lot of momentum to the 24 McKenna. McKenna looks like she might even be getting a little loose too, but not as bad as Calvin Miller. Right on that white line for the 24 of McKenna, and she comes right off of 4 and has some really good forward traction compared to the 49 of Miller.
This is going to be a super interesting viewpoint. You can see Miller is right there at the apex of the corner, but it is Cox at the end of the straightaway who had been adding some gap. Let's see how they handle this with just 2 more times around our 3/8 mile to go. One big run from Miller to the inside of 1 and 2, but it is blocked beautifully by Cox.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something to get around McKenna. Look to the high side, move her out of the way, but she is, like I said, giving up the going in a little slower, but able to turn a little bit better and get off the corner better. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Calvin Miller and McKenna Cox.
Ooh, little bump at the entrance. Cox gets off the turns, though. Long straightaway for her with a half truck length as they go into 3 for the final time.
Through 3 and 4, I believe this will be for sure win number 2 for McKenna, the championship for Calvin, and we'll see who gets 3rd. They're far back. That is between the 6 of Aaron Green and the 4 of Pete Brady, and it will be Aaron Green going to the podium.
Good race out front. A really good yin-yang battle there between Cox and Miller, where you saw strategy change. I'll tell you what, that strategy change out of McKenna, I think, is what secured that deal.
Yeah, definitely changing up the lines definitely helped. That's some very good driving. McKenna won the battle, but definitely Calvin won the war there throughout the whole year.
Now, are we going to see a little smoke put down by the 49? Oh, yeah. Burn her down.
Look at that.
Tires are evil. They must be punished.
Yes.
Round and a little smoke. Calvin Miller celebrating a championship here in the Northwest Pro 4 trucks.
I think we saw this on last week's Home Track Heroes in a Pro Late model.
A couple of different divisions decided that
street
they
stock too.
wouldn't mind putting new tires on for the offseason.
Oh, yeah. These are not, the greatest for rear ends.
And at the same time, a win's a win.
Yep.
Championship is to be celebrated. Let's celebrate it on the podium.
Aaron, a bit of a late charge there from Pete Brady, but able to hang on and come home 3rd in the championship night. Talk about your 2025 season for all of you guys in the Green Racing team.
Oh, it's been a lot of ups and downs. We switched over to the Honda, and we had a bunch of issues here and there, and we got a lot of them straightened out. Shane was fast, Matt was pretty quick, and we finished not too far out.
To finish on the podium's got to feel pretty good in the season. Who helps you get that machine out here?
Oh, just Shane and Matthew. They helped me get out here and track, and I got my Aunt Sharon here who donated the trailer, and just thanks to the family helps out.
Well, 3rd place for the family team tonight. Aaron Green in the 6 brings it home on the podium. All right, McKenna, that was tough. I was playing a lot of defense for a long time. Calvin seemed to throw the kitchen sink at you, but ultimately able to hang on. Talk about when you're driving with a truck fast like that in your rear view for 20-something laps of that race.
it's nerve-wracking because Calvin is the guy to beat, but I finally did it, so I'm really happy. And congrats, Calvin Miller, on your championship. Well-deserved.
So first place tonight, ending of the year. Any plans for 2026 brewing already?
No, I might take a little break from racing and just focus on traveling and my work.
All right, not too sure yet, but who do you want to thank for helping to get that truck out here?
My brother, my spotter, my dad, my mom for the amazing mac and cheese, TT, Amy Bender, John Bender, Wayne, and Northwest Boilers, and I'm probably forgetting a lot of people.
All right, your race winner, McKenna Cox, back to the top step in 2025. All right, I guess I got to squeeze up here somewhere. Calvin, 2025, how would you sum it up how would you just sum up the year so far?
I don't think it could have went any better for us, to be honest with you. We had a 100% great year.
That truck was fast all year. You racked up the wins here, 5 wins here at the Super Speedway of the West alone. You also picked up a win in a Spec Ranger truck during the fair. So talk about just the team, how fast the truck has been, and what ultimately allowed you to get to this championship.
Oh, I mean, last year we knew we had something, and this year, I did a little bit of work over the winter, and big thanks to my dad for doing all that stuff and recruiting the people to make it happen. Jesse Jensen, Rob Wilk, those people, they really helped a lot, and they really made the truck fast this winter. And I don't have much to say. I never really thought I'd be standing here. I've been close a couple times and for a championship in a few different classes, and it really does feel amazing to finally get one under my belt.
So 2026, what's in store for Calvin Miller?
I don't know. I think we're going to go back to figure eights.
Oh, making a return to the 8 potentially. Well, Calvin, we're going to let you go celebrate as a Northwest Pro 4 truck champion. Make some noise for Calvin Miller.
This is officially the halfway mark of Home Track Heroes here on Season Championship Night number 2, brought to you by All Ply Roofing. I'm Caleb Hart. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. Our show brought to you by All Ply Roofing all season long. And without them, season 6 of Home Track Heroes?
5 or 6. 2020 is when we started.
22? Season 6 of Home Track Heroes. So 5 years, 6 seasons. The math doesn't work, but math's not our thing. We proved that last week. On the track is the season championship race for the Monroe Grocery Outlet. Super Stock Figure 8s, and your pole sitter out of Monroe, and the BECU 67 is Mackenzie Dietz. To her outside, it is Chevy Vincent out of Darrington, the Pro HNS number 45. John Carlson is the one duking it out with Mackenzie for the season title. He is in the Rev Up Energy number 36. Quentin Morrison out of Aberdeen, and the Mary's Towing number 5 starts outside row number 2.
Third row inside is 11 of Blaine Manning, sponsored by Be Happy Carpet Clean. Is the 88 is Guy Litz out of Seattle, sponsored by Protocol Plumbing. The 369 is Jimmy Powers out of Sultan, sponsored by All Ply Roofing LLC. The 01, the Grizz, Doug Delfell. 51 years of racing out of Everett. He is sponsored by Powder Coating Inc.
Row number 5, Dawson Cox drives the 58 tonight out of Arlington. Pilchuck Heating sponsors it. Rick Yargis to his outside out of Stanwood, sponsored by McCarthy General Contractor. The 6th row is the 78 of Jeff Anderson out of Snohomish, sponsored by Rugged Radios. And to his outside, it's Sheridan Vincent, the 43 out of Darrington, sponsored by Pitt Innovations.
The 76S is Chris Southard out of Everett, sponsored by All Solve Plumbing. The 8 is Jacob Funk out of Mill Creek, sponsored by PNW Traffic Control and Supply. The 85 is Hunter Jenkins out of Monroe, sponsored by I'd Hit That Motorsports. And run out our field, car number 63, Robert Big Bird, I Don't Stop in the Intersection, Weldon out of Arlington, sponsored by All Ply Roofing LLC. Or All Ply Roofing LLC.
Part of Team No Lift, along with Cody Weldon, his kid, and a variety of others here
and
at
Hunter
Evergreen.
Jenkins, Jacob Funk,
And an assorted amount of others.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, it makes more fun, that's for sure. As traffic makes figure 8 racing, and Jeff Anderson is around on lap number 1. Caution is out.
That did not go how I think Jeff Anderson did not want it to go.
No, but hey, if you're going to spin out once, may as well do it on the opening lap so you've got all the time to recover, as he's going to come down. Oh, wow, yeah, he took a shot in that right front.
Yeah, got right into the 8 of Jacob Funk there. Unfortunately, didn't even get half a lap in. So we'll watch Robert Big Bird Weldon here.
Look at the hood flex on the Weldon car. Holy cow.
That is probably the heaviest hood in the field, too.
Can you, next race day, find him and help him with some better hood pins. Holy cow, that was illuminating. Well, some damage to the 78 of Anderson right away, and I can imagine with a shot right where it was, tie rods and arms and struts and all kinds of stuff are going to be fangled and in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, well, I'm shocked if we'll even see Jacob Funk out, too. That was a hard hit.
Took a lot off the front there.
So Mackenzie slowly taking him, and we are green flag. It is Mackenzie with the lead. She is our current points leader, looking to possibly break a record here. We will talk about that a little later.
And first points title part of that record?
Yes, that's a part of it.
All right.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, we'll bury the lead for a minute or two because Chevy Vincent is driven into the lead here early. Vincent, who is getting a lot of sparkage. That car is bottoming out pretty bad. Going into the south turn, it's done it every time so far.
Yeah.
To the early lead over Dietz and over the 36 of Carlson.
Yeah, you don't want to do that too much. You know, it's one of those things that this car may or may not have a skid plate underneath their oil pan. And if they don't, and if you keep hitting like that, you're going to put a hole in that oil pan, and then your night is done. And that is not a good way to end your night. So we see the 01, the Grizz Doug Delfell looking into the top 6 there, finishing up his 51st season. That is definitely a record right there.
It's a lot of years of competition for the Grizz. Look out! Robert Weldon is not going to lift, guys. He's driving right through. And he is in a spot to definitely cause some chaos.
As he goes through the intersection again, but we're still back up front with the 45 of Vincent.
Who is sparking going into the north turn as well. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that. It has been constant right after the intersection. And I want to say, you've driven more figure eight than I have. I've never figure eighted before. But that's a break point right there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely a break point. What I'm guessing is hopefully maybe the next couple laps for Chevy that we'll start to see less of the sparkage, because maybe what I'm guessing that they did was they set the tire pressures low, and now the pressures are slowly starting to build and the tires are slowly starting to get bigger. But that was pretty bad right there as well.
So from where that is, because that is a break point, when you brake, the car goes into dive. The front end actually starts squatting down as you get into the rotors. So car squatting down, you figure that's oil pan scraping or skid plate?
It could be a skid plate, oil pan. It could even be at the bottom of the sway bar too.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully if it is something that's the bottom of the sway bar, but that would definitely be upsetting your cars. We're going to put the 63 of Weldon down a lap. As they sit right now, Mackenzie's looking okay. John Carlson is second in the points. There was 18 points separating both, or I believe 20 points separating both of them. That's 10 spots. There's 16 cars in the field. So, and that's 2 points per position, so she's got to stay ahead of him.
Yeah, that makes for simple math on her end, right? Finish ahead of Cowboy, you're good.
Yep, 10 spots for sure.
Okay.
Or if roles were reversed, he needs to be 10 spots, or I would say actually 11 spots ahead, since it's 2 points per position. So that was our quick mental math. We're done mathing.
Well
now is Southard.
Oh, Southard around. Funk stopped. He kept running before the intersection, so good news there. We're still green right now. Funk is moving. Southard is not yet.
Yeah, poor Chris. He's had a rough year. That's a new car for him. He got hit really hard. The last race here at State Line, he got hit really hard. Almost the exact same hit a week before. So that poor guy's had nothing but bad luck so far this year. But we're still watching the 45 of Vincent getting chased down by Mackenzie Dietz. Hopefully no announcer curse for Chris Southard right there.
So let's take a look at it, because when Chevy goes wide to come into the corner, like outside of what that normal racing line is, we're not seeing the same amount of sparkage. We are seeing it when he comes in and is still kind of hitting that brake, although it's not as pronounced yet. Or as it was, I guess is the better way to put that.
Yes.
Let's take a second. You can see the logo just in front of the GoPro mount for Mackenzie Dietz. We are sponsored by Monroe Grocery Outlet. Monroe Grocery Outlet, your locally owned neighborhood grocery store. They offer name brand products, fresh produce, organics, wine, and more at 40 to 70% less than traditional grocery stores. See Terry and Linda at the Monroe Grocery Outlet. Monroe Grocery Outlet, the proud sponsor of our NASCAR Superstock Figure 8 division.
Well, now we're starting to see it here. We got some traffic in the intersection. The 58 of that is Dawson Cox. Driving Chuck Wittes' car had to stop as the three front cars are starting to join the rest of the other cars in the intersection there, the back half of the field. That tends to happen when we get these long green flag runs, and we're going to see it again. Jimmy Powers is going to slow down, and that's a borrowed car. That's normally Tasha Dunn driving that vehicle, but she is out for the rest of the year. Still great to see the car back out as we are halfway home in this one.
Drivers getting ready for the 60 Minutes of Fear, which is coming up here soon on Home Track Heroes. A couple of weeks away, we'll begin the 60 Minutes programs. Delfell, well, hooked a quick left because he decided he didn't want to go all the way through that intersection.
But we had contact with Dietz and Carlson. Because of Grizz trying to miss everyone else in the intersection, they had to slam on the brakes. And that moves, well, actually, that kept Carlson in the same spot. But now here comes Quinn Borson. He moves back a spot. So that gains Mackenzie 2 more points.
It does, as you've got the dueling banana wagons right in front of that lead pack right now. From Jimmy Powers, Brandy Hood Promotions in-car camera. The sparkage continues on Vincent, but it hasn't bit him yet. As there's a look at, Carlson pulling off.
Yeah. So that is definitely something that Mackenzie Dietz would like to see. Not the way you want to win it like that, of course, but that will definitely help her points there. We'll be interested to see what went on with the 36 of Carlson to send him off the track. Maybe a little bit of that contact from laps prior.
Do you see the fun light games that are going on in the windshield of the Powers car right
I do.
now?
Yeah.
Wow. That is not like an added-in graphic, folks. That is actually like light reflection off whatever version of Lexan window that they're using, and then going into the GoPro mount.
Yeah.
What a cool optical illusion.
Yeah, I think it's on the roof. It's probably the lens that's on the GoPro itself is creating that. But I noticed what you were looking at. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, okay, now I see it.
I'm like, what is that? That's not normal. Look out. Dietz just missing, as was Vincent there. As Weldon doing his normal throw a wrench in the equation. 2 cars together, Mackenzie! And Weldon cleaning out Litz as Dietz, your points leader, just barely misses it and will get a caution.
That was some close call driving for the 67 of Dietz. She knows that the cowboy is in the pits. I mean, spotters definitely
absolutely.
said.
At the same time, getting cleaned out and being done, if that was the situation,
is not going to help.
No, the 36 might go into thrash mode and get back out.
Yeah.
Right? So, don't want to risk that. Holy cow.
So it looked like the 11, from what we saw right there, that was a hard hit. It looked like maybe the 88 of Litz got loose, got into the 11 of Manning, and then that's what we all see right there. That was too close.
Matter of inches for Mackenzie there. Wow.
Boom.
Look
T-bone
at
in the passenger door on Litz's car.
We have not seen a collision like that in the bitter.
It's been a while.
Just a hair.
You know, we see those weird intersection crashes like that. But like I said, it's been a long time.
Especially when somebody loses the handle right in the middle.
Yeah.
They almost become unavoidable at that point. So, Weldon was going for it. We knew that. And Litz, that was a bad time to have the car unhook and come around on him for sure.
Yeah. So we are green. This was the second attempt, or third attempt now, as we got Chevy Vincent in our lead still with Mackenzie Dietz in second and the one-arm band of Quinn Borson in third.
Borson looking to finish this year out awfully strong as he does that. We'll watch him come around the North Pole and come into just a few more laps to go. You're not going to miss a lap, so don't change the channel. We will be back with more Home Track Heroes right after this on Seattle 11. Back we are in Home Track Heroes. Just a few laps left to go here in the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8A main event. Championship on the line, potential history coming as 2 laps left here for Chevy Vincent out front and your potential champion, Mackenzie Dietz, sitting second. I'm Caleb Hart. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. Our show brought to you by PLY Roofing. Chad, lap and a half away from history.
Most definitely. So if Mackenzie can do this, she will be the second woman to ever win a championship at Evergreen Speedway. White flag, 1 lap to go. 1989, Leanne Tanner won the first ever. If she wins this, she'll be the first woman ever to win a figure 8 title.
Well, we waited pretty late. That way we made sure we didn't jinx her. The Grizz lifts. Vincent wins the battle, the war. To Mackenzie Dietz, your track champion in history made.
Fantastic job all year by all the drivers. They put on some of the best shows you've seen all year.
Well, celebration time just about ready to begin as Vincent clears a pretty excited win, and here we go in car. The Vincents will be burning her down, out and around and in the front, Chevy and Sheridan.
Definitely a bad night to be tires at Evergreen Speedway.
No, yeah, well, good night to be a tire vendor
at
the same time. As we get a little bit of a smoke show, Borison, Dietz, and Vincent to the podium here on the Angel Winds Casino Resort podium.
All right, Mackenzie, I'm going to have you switch spots here real quick with Quentin so I can get in and talk to him.
Nope, he wants to hear.
Switch spots.
No. He doesn't want to.
I want to pass the torch on. I won the championship last year, and it's time to pass it on to this young lady right here, the amazing Mackenzie Dietz. She has incredible fan base, an amazing person, and I'll tell you what, I am proud of you, young lady.
Thank you, Q.
Hey, Quentin, you got any sponsors you want to shout out before you commemorate with these celebrations?
Yeah, you know, I got Mary's Towing and Mary's Wreck Auto Parts and Olympia Pizza House and then Monroe Motel and Mary, my car owner. What a wonderful person she is, too. And, man, I couldn't be out here doing this stuff if it wasn't for her. You know, it's just incredible. And my crew, Tommy and Keith and Brandon, who are here all the time, and Chris and Tabitha and everybody that's out here, Joyce, my mom, Ron, my brother Shane tries to get out here as much as he can. And thank you to all of you guys out here that got to witness a really special occasion tonight with Mackenzie getting this.
And third place tonight, the number 5 of Quentin Borison. Now, Chevy, you've had some hard battles all race weekend, all season long. You've been out there racing with your dad. How does it feel racing with your dad out there?
It feels amazing, and I finally get to say, for this being my final and last full season, I beat him in points.
You are consistently in the top up here. What does it take to get that car out to the track each and every week?
Honestly, just trying to keep it in one piece a week before that, and then just after that, after knowing like Mackenzie and Quentin are back there, just trying to hold my line.
Do you have any sponsors you want to shout out?
I'd like to shout out Annie M's Dog Spa, Pro H&S, my mom and dad, my Nana, Aunt Heidi, and Pit Innovations.
Your race winner tonight, the 45 of Chevy Vincent. All right, Mackenzie, I'm gonna make my way through all your fans here and come on and get you up onto the speaker here. You have had an amazing season. I wanna know, how proud are you of no DNFs?
Girl, this feels surreal. We had so many DNFs last year, and we have done everything possible, my husband and I and my crew, just to come out every week, be ready, prepared, go through the car 100% and be ready, and just do the best that we can every week.
You have a lot of young fans out here, my granddaughters included. I want to know, what message do you have for all the little girls that look up to you?
You know what? Just keep chasing your dream. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. There's been a lot of people that have rooted us on, and a lot of people that have, said some things that, there's only certain reasons why we're up here. But at the end of the day, we work our butts off every week, every race, and we just come up here to do the best we can. So don't give up. Chase your dreams. Don't listen to the noise, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Now, I know you've got a long list of sponsors, a lot of people you want to thank, so go ahead and shout those out real quick for me.
I got to thank BECU, Brandy Hood Promotions, Bickford Ford, Buzzin' Steakhouse, Kayak Point Construction, woo! Rep and Welding and Rail, my husband and his brother, they just do incredible work. Two Girls Gift Shop, if you're ever out in Stanwood, go check it out. There's just so many people that support us. Joe's Racing Products for all the parts that we put on our... for all the...
I'm going to say the words that Mackenzie's been waiting her whole life for. Your 2025 Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8 Points Champion, the 67 of Mackenzie Dietz.
Well, Chad, that's awfully nice. They, nail her like 7 pies and then try to get her to drink champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Sugar overload.
Yeah, the pie's delicious, and congratulations, Mackenzie. You earned that, but, then the champagne after the fact.
We got to wash it down. Got to wash it off with
champagne?
something.
All right, fair enough. Race car drivers are weird sometimes.
Yes, we
let's
are.
go to the PECU Mini Stock A main event. Brandon Lindbergh's on the pole out of Monroe, the Tire Pros 88. Jimmy Absher next to him, the NPM Welding and Fabrication 26 out of Marysville. Row 2, Travis Woodward out of Lake Stevens, Simon & Son Towing. And to his outside, the 97 of Zach Bristol out of Snohomish, sponsored by Racers Against Child Abuse.
Third row inside is the 221 of Lyndon Smith out of Everett, sponsored by PRCBD. And the one to beat is the 4 of Cole Raridan on the outside out of Granite Falls, sponsored by Bob T. Builder. Fourth row inside, the 81 Bobby Fisher out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by Reese Construction. And the 12 Gavin Ballou out of Marysville, sponsored by Absher Built LLC.
Fifth row, Paisley Benders 18 out of Snohomish, the Allied Motorsports car to her outside, Josh McMillan out of Puyallup, the Conoco number 14 car. Row behind them, 17 of Jonah Vick out of Arlington, Tom's Automotive behind that car, and Randy Dittmers in the 61 out of Snohomish, sponsored by Debbie and Dan Cherneski.
Rounding out the field, the 92 of Ashley Rasmussen out of Eatonville, sponsored by A&J Custom Metals, and the 59 Tegan Bjornsson out of Arlington, sponsored by New World Corporations. We are going green for the final time in our NASCAR Mini Stock Division with Brandon Lindbergh on the pole, and here we go.
14 cars for 30 laps, and if my math was right, I think Raridan had this pretty well sewn up just to start this main event.
I think he could probably miss the last 2, and it was still sewn up. So as we got a good battle for the lead, that is the 26 of Jimmy Absher getting a little loose through 3 and 4, opens up the door for the 97 of Zach Bristol, who is our Hornet champion that we crowned last week.
Congratulations to Zach.
And he is looking for top 3 in the points in the Mini Stock Division.
Heck of a year for him overall between Hornets and the Mini Stocks. He has done something pretty special this year.
Very, very consistent.
Yep.
That was one word that you could take out of Zach Bristol's year, and that would be consistency.
Well,
in a good way.
Yeah, Raridan to the outside of Bristol, looking for third here, and Zach fighting hard down on the inside. Cole, who that car has just been lightning in a bottle since he rolled that out, has been very quick. He'll get Bristol. He's going up top here to try to get Lindbergh for second as they enter turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, that definitely, when you have a good car underneath you, and then with the rules package, the way it's built or way it's written, I believe the Hondas get a little bit more of an advantage. I'm not 100. I don't have the exact rule book in front of me. They went to the pound per cc rule, which it's been like that for many, many years, and they went back to it. And it's definitely, you've shown that it definitely changed the rules a little bit for like the Fords. They have to weigh a lot more because they have a bigger motor.
Yep.
And you could tell it has definitely changed because last year and years prior, you would see the Fords top 3 all the time. Now they really have to work for it.
Well, Lyndon Smith is doing that work. He's got to the outside of Bristol as he is working to crack 4th place right now. Bristol on the inside, Smith to the outside, both of them. After Lindbergh in the 88, Lyndon Smith, we know he's been able to make the outside groove in the 221 work pretty well. And he's got a good line on Bristol. Bristol making him work hard for it, though.
Oh, yeah. We've seen Lyndon run the outside groove for many, many years in that car. Plus with Lane Sunholm when he drove it and Thomas Stanford when he drove it before. That car loves the outside. Very, very well-built car. Kind of built with Thomas Stanford and Tyler Tanner helping with that, so you know that was a really, really well-built car.
A lot of race wins, a lot of championships in that car, combined between all the drivers over the years, and Lyndon trying to build on that legacy as he continues to work the outside of Bristol. Meanwhile, left-hand side, it is in your screen. Jimmy Absher, we know he's got as much car speed as anybody does. The problem on the 26 has always been control.
Yeah.
That car will be lightning quick and then all of a sudden gets into a snap spin or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that's a front-wheel drive car underneath that body. I'm not 100% sure. So with the front-wheel drives, they tend to snap around a little bit, and you just got to be smooth with these front-wheel drive cars and or rear-wheel drive. 4 cylinders like we've mentioned with the Pro 4 trucks, so a lot of this is momentum as we're thinking about 3 wide, and we are going into turn number 3.
Yeehaw!
Yikes!
They all made it through. Somehow, Lyndon Smith, just the right amount of aggression, got Lindbergh out of the way, and he goes BOGO, 2 for 1, coming out of the corner as he'll pick up 3rd from Bristol.
Very impressive, but look at Zach Bristol now looking on the outside. He was hung out to dry, But he didn't give up. He is fighting hard on that outside, but we got lap traffic. We're going to put down the 92 Rasmussen down a lap as Lyndon Smith kind of moved Zach Bristol up the racetrack. That might have actually helped him out, because now he can go to the inside of Rasmussen, where it was looking like maybe half a lap prior they're going to have to split the difference.
Yeah, the timing worked out for Bristol, although he was giving Lyndon a really good run on the outside. It was not over for third in that instance. Let's go back in cockpit. Brandy Hood Promotions shot from Jimmy Absher, your race leader, with Cole Raritan right on him.
So look at Jimmy Absher's hands. He's moving all over the place. That car looks to be a little loose, but that opened up the door for Raritan, which we've been seeing all year long. Raritan, great maneuvering through traffic, and we tend to see in the mini stocks, if the leader gets out far enough, he still chases them down. But it looks like Absher is giving him a run for his money off of turn number 4. That was a good run for Raritan this time by. Not the leader yet, but now he is going into turn number 1.
Down to the bottom, there goes Cole into the top spot. Absher, again, car being a little loose. That is at least on par for the norm there in the 26, although he will settle into second and give up a couple of car lengths as Raritan now gets his preferred race line around and can start running qualifying laps.
Yep, now he's just out for another Saturday night drive like we've seen quite a few times, but I did notice a couple laps prior going into 3, the 26 of Absher had a little smoke coming out of the right rear. We'll have to take a look at that.
Well, our mini stock division brought to you by BECU, Boeing Employee Credit Union, believes in people over profit. Discover the BECU difference. BECU, committed to your financial well-being. Check out all the financial program offerings at becu.org. becu.org. They are the proud sponsor of our NASCAR mini stock division.
Little over halfway home, it looks like here. This mini stock race has flown by as we got the 97 of Zach Bristol hanging on for, I believe that's 4th and 5th over the 81 of Bobby Fisher. 2 Hornet driver move-ups that we have seen over the years, both winners in this division and in the Hornets as well.
Fisher from the in-car look at the moment. Watch the 97 in front of him and how they're getting after it. Lindbergh and Ballou on the left-hand side of your screen now, as we'll bring them into the Seattle 11 cameras. You can pick whichever battle you want to scope out and watch at this point in time, because, boy, they're all pretty good, as has been the mini stock division all year.
Yes, I was going to say both battles on both tracks that we're seeing, great battles to watch, as we'll see what that is, the 12 of Gavin Blue and the 88 of Brandon Lindbergh. Lindbergh, a figure 8, Stinger 8 champion, I should say. Gavin Blue coming up from the Hornets. He raced quarter midgets. I've known him practically almost all his life. Started in the quarter midgets about 15 years ago, and he has been racing ever since. He is a winner in the Hornet division, and he is a podium finisher in the mini stock division.
6th, 7th, and for a second, 8th flashing into your screen there as we go back forward to 4th and 5th with Bristol and the 81 of Fisher.
So Fisher's slowly starting to catch the 97 of Barber, or Bristol, I should say. So I knew I was going to say that. In the Barber car. I was waiting for one of these times for me to say that.
You weren't too far off.
Yeah. So the 81 is right there, and that is Bobby Fisher. And what I'm noticing is Bristol can get off the corner just a tad bit better than Fisher, and it's kind of like what we saw in the truck race. I said it again. Bristol is giving up a little bit going in, but he's making up through the middle and coming off.
Fisher definitely has straightaway speed on
yes.
him. We can see that. He's had straightaway speed on just about everybody. Ooh. All right.
You're not supposed to park there.
And below, yeah, you can't park there, bud. Just short of the checkered flag and the yellow flag coming out for Gavin Ballou as he was in the back of the 88 of Lindbergh.
So, I don't know what.
Touches him twice.
And not lifting. Still not lifting.
Gets him sideways.
Okay.
Checks up and gets back into him. And then ends up done.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I don't know what exactly caused this.
Well, thump.
Thump.
And here's the thing. He's sideways. Gavin lifts.
But
and
still
then gets back
in.
into him.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, okay.
Well, that's weird.
Things happen. All right, he's out of the car.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think he's happy.
Oh.
Well, there's some very blurry sign language going on there.
Yeah.
You know, I can't tell you exactly what it is because it's blurred for a reason.
But you can make up your own assumption there.
Gavin not happy with Brandon Lindbergh. We'll see if there's more to come. Coming up next here on Home Track Heroes in Seattle 11. BECU mini stocks continue in their season championship race here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Our show brought to you by All-Ply Roofing. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I'm Caleb Hart. Chad, been a good race for this one, but Cole Reardon's been in control, and he'll control this restart.
Yep, he most definitely does. A great restart for Cole, but he brings the 221 to Lyndon Smith with him. Jimmy Apsher on the outside trying to fight for that second spot as they are side by side momentarily, but Jimmy throws it into 3 and it sticks. Maybe a little bit.
He really had to counter steer to get that thing back. Look out! Oh!
What a hit.
That was a lot of impact.
Ouch.
And we both kind of cringe at the same time there because that is a lot of velocity into this outside wall, and you see quickly it's a red flag.
Yeah, most
coming out,
definitely.
Not a yellow. JD down out of the flag stand, and you can see. So Apsher trying to get that thing corrected, comes back down, and it takes Lyndon and
boom,
nose first.
It was one of those things. Apsher had so much speed going into 3. I'm actually shocked it even stuck. And that was, that's even worse right there.
Yeah, it's nose and then side. So
that's
it starts you, and your belts are going to do as much of their job as they can, right? But it starts your body moving forward, and then the side slap is really going to hurt.
Yeah. So the only good thing I could say is this was still the first lap, so they were not 100% up to speed. But still, that's not good. I mean, we're talking only a few miles an hour, not 10 to 20, as we got a good view from Woodward. That's probably top 3, one of the hardest mini stock crashes I've ever seen.
Yeah, so we're going to send our best wishes out to Lyndon Smith. That's going to be a recovery for him.
Yep, he's doing better. He's at home, so that's one thing we can definitely say. He's doing better.
Yeah, so Lyndon, heal up, man. That was a wallop as we get a lot of in-car looks out of that shot, and that'll knock out Smith, and that'll knock out Apsher from this race.
Yeah.
One of the hardest crashes we have seen all year here towards the end of the year on Home Track Heroes. So fingers crossed, Lyndon, feel better, man.
So it is back to Cole Reardon, and then the 97 of Bristol, the 81 of Bobby Fisher, the 88 of Brandon Lindbergh. That is your top 4. How they run. 7 laps to go. Still, we did not complete a full lap. So we revert back, but we are green flag. I did notice Apsher is still in the main event. So that whatever.
Still running.
Yeah, he just passed 3 cars on the outside, so wow.
He keeps a licking and keeps on ticking.
So we are green flag racing as this will be 6 laps to go this time by. Bristol on the outside trying to get his VW to the outside of the Honda as they go into turn number 1.
Can we get some graphics for the Vic car? Just saying, Jonah. Like, off-season priority?
Yeah.
Little pink, little yellow?
Something.
Little something? Okay.
I liked it better when it came out looking like the old Rapid car.
Yeah.
I like that better.
All right. Just saying, Jonah. A little splash of color. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Woodward to the inside of Lindbergh. That is battle for 4th. The 2 Mustangs side by side through 1 and 2. We also got a battle for 2nd. That is Fisher and the 97 of Bristol as they go into turn number 3. 4 laps to go. It is we already know this is clinched just like the Pro 4 trucks for the championship here, and that is going to be the 4 of Cole Reardon.
Well, coming up, it is the Chain Lake Express Wash Outlaw Figure 8 Season Championship. Chain Lake Express Wash for the absolutely best car wash ever. Treat your favorite ride to the professionals at Chain Lake Express Wash in Monroe. Chain Lake Express Wash has multiple wash packages designed to meet your budget and needs. Manage your account easily on the go. Download the Chain Lake Express Wash app from the App Store or Google Play right now, as we speak, as you watch Home Track Heroes.
Do it. As we got the 17, and that is Jonah Vick looking to the outside. Couldn't quite make the pass. That is a battle for 5th as we got 2 laps to go. Vick to the outside once again. Oh, my.
Oh,
okay.
Well, gonna need a new panel before you get graphics
new
on it.
Panels. Something must have clearly broke on the 80 to Lindbergh because he just went straight. So yeah, and then broke something in the rear. That is an independent rear suspension.
Well, we'll get
on the 17.
Let's get another look at it and see whether it was something that broke on the 88 or, at the point in time where they are on the racetrack.
You're supposed to be turning.
You sure?
I
think it's some of those guys at the angle that they'll come in on the corner.
The only reason I think something broke is because that was such a violent hit right there. If he overshot the corner, I think it would have been more of a lighter hit, but it would just, I think something broke on Lindbergh's car because I felt like I just saw it go to the right.
We haven't seen straight up Brandon drive through people.
Exactly,
like
so that's why I'm really leaning towards something broke.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt is earned on that one.
Yes.
But you never know. Sometimes drivers engage helmet and disengage brain.
I've never done that.
No, you never, no.
There's 2 laps to go. This will be a green-white checkered finish. As a great start for Fisher on the outside, he will actually grab the lead coming out of turn number 2.
Hey, Bobby Fisher, take advantage of the circumstance given to you here. Up and around the outside of Raritan and pulls down into the top spot. We'll see the white flag this time around. Raritan's got one more bid to end his championship run with a win, and he might have a shot at this.
White flag, 1 lap to go. Fisher left the door open, and that was what the 4 Raritan needed as they go off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Honda to Honda through 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race off of turn number 4. It's going to be Raritan at the line.
Look at that, just by a hair. Cole Raritan almost gave it up, but got her back. Nice job, Cole, and what a year for him. Fisher second, and Bristol third here in an eventful ECU mini stock. A main event. There's some thumbs up and some accolades given to Cole, who will both get the main event trophy on the night and take the championship accolades.
Now, is he going to burn it down like we've seen so far? I don't think so. It's kind of hard to do that in front-wheel drive.
And at the same time, it could be Cole knowing the value of let's not burn a set of tires down.
Exactly,
exactly.
Money don't grow on trees, and neither do tires.
Race car parts are expensive.
Yeah.
To the podium we go for your winners' interviews.
Zach, strong run, 3rd place night for the 97. Mini stock, full season again done. You picked up your first win this year, and you finished 2nd in points. How does 2025 treat you in a mini stock?
It was awesome, not knowing that we wouldn't run this car this full season until February, and just the opportunity to get up here and move up a class finally. And I was only thinking we were going to be like 5th or 6th with that little VW, but we were consistent, clicking on podiums, trying to give Cole all he could handle, but we had a lot of battle luck during middle of the season with blowing motors, so kind of set us back. But we did what we could, hung in there, and thankfully we got 2nd in points, and kind of the best of the rest. We'll take that for this year.
And who helps you get that 97 machine out here?
Big shout out to Nat Barber. He trusts me and believes in me to jump in that car every single race to run it. His wife Amy for supporting us. FTG boys, Deegan, Wally Barber, and Dane Osman, thank you this year for giving us a shop to stay in while we're west side of the mountains. Race Against Child Abuse. Shout out to the Hornets guys and GM Northwest guys. Congrats to Cole for the championship. He earned that one, and yeah, we'll try again next year.
3rd place tonight, driver of the 97, Zach Bristol. Bobby, 2-lap restart, real shootout there. You got the jump on Cole and then a drag race to the finish. Walk me through that 2-lap finish.
I don't know. I knew I needed a good restart. I got out there, I got ahead of him. I made sure, I heard he was looking low. You know, you always want to give a little bit of what-if room, and I gave him a little bit too much what-if room, and he's fast. So we went to the line, and I thought I had him, but apparently he got me. So we're all good, man. I'm happy for him. It's a great race. It's a long day. I'm happy.
Solid run for the 81 this year. Who helps you get that car out here?
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody in the pit. My buddy of mine, John Archambault, came out today. It was just another day in this season, problems all day, and we figured them out and fixed them. But Reese Construction helps me out, Misfit Motorsports, Gary Fisher Construction, Full Throttle Graphics, Rich Tune Motorsports. Kathy and Ron Stills have been a big help for me this season. They come to the races, support me. I really appreciate it. I got my dad and my brother and my family here. It's good. I appreciate everybody. Thank you all you fans.
2nd place tonight, driver of the 81, Bobby Fisher. And now, up onto the podium, your race winner, 5 in a row, and your 2025 champion. It's the 4-car, it's Cole Raritan. All right, Cole, we talked to you ahead of time, obviously riding high because you knew coming into the day what the end of the day was going to bring you, but track champion 2025, walk me through what you're feeling.
I can't even put it into words, man. I mean, to come out and have the team that I have, the car that I have, and the support behind me, it's I know, I haven't got there yet. I can't describe it. I can't put it into words. I've been dreaming about this day since like 2008, 2009, when I really got into the mini stocks. I've been coming here since 1989. It's a dream come true, really.
You talked about how last year you filled in for Gavin Ballou and then you came out with your own car, and you were talking about how you felt like you've touched so many of these cars, you've worked on some of them, but you wanted to build one for yourself. Not only did you build yourself a car, you built yourself the car that was the class of the field. Talk about getting to work with those guys, and what has it meant that you've been able to do something, 8 wins in a season, 5 in a row to finish the year?
I mean, it's a team effort. We all work on each other's cars. We all do it together. I couldn't do it without them. I have a cheat sheet in my pocket to thank a lot of people, and my team is one of them. Bobby Fisher, Kelly, Gavin, Royce Tanner. It takes a team and a family of racing to accomplish this, and I have that behind me because I don't do this by myself. My girlfriend Jenny, she is the best spotter that I could ask for. And so it means everything.
All right, we'll let you get the cheat sheet out. Who helps you specifically get everyone out here every week?
Well, I do know the sponsors on my car: Bob T. Builder, Royce Tanner Racing, NPM Welding and Fabrication, Finish Line Drafting Design, Full Throttle Graphics, Bickford. They help out a lot. I get to use the tire machine at work on my lunch, and it's the little things like that makes this go around, and it makes racing just a little bit easier. So, there's more. Okay, so I want to thank Evergreen Speedway and all the staff. Kevin Conley, his crew in the pits here week in, week out. BECU, our class sponsor. Thank you. Yep, I got Kevin Conley. The announcers. Between you and Brandy Hood Promotions doing, the TV show and getting us that TV time, it means everything to me as a racer and my sponsors. It's, thank you guys. And make sure everybody checks out Brandy Hood Promotions on YouTube. You guys can see all my in-car footage, and you can go back and watch the races on YouTube also. And then, Lucas, my dad, Bob, Joy, my grandpa, my Uncle Darren, he's been here most of the races this year coming over from the east side. Thank you for your support. I need to do a special thanks to Brian Parker, Translab. He's been there since day one in my Hornet days. I love you, buddy. I got to thank Richard Todd down at Rich 2 Motorsports. I got to give him a special thanks because the car doesn't run as good as it does without the tune. The announcers that are announcing on TV, Chad and Caleb, they mentioned something on one of the shows about my sobriety and hitting 10 years clean. Well, I appreciate that, but it was 11 years. It was 11 years clean, but I gotta give you guys a shout out for even just knowing us as racers, just that little bit more personal. It means the world. Thank you. Your 2025 BC Mini Stock Track Champion,
Well, it's been an explosive edition of Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11. It's brought to you by All-Ply Roofing. I'm Caleb Hart. Chad Fitzpatrick, we are down to the final championship to be given out, and it is in the Chain Link Express Wash Outlaw Figure 8 division here tonight. Your lineup looks like this. Jamie Corbett's on the front row, the A1 Auto Service Center car out of Arlington, the number 767. Dakota Wilkinson's to his outside out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by Tony V's Garage. Ryan Clark, that's one of your 2 title contenders, the 51 out of Granite Falls, sponsored by Action Machine. And Chris Curtis, 74 out of Tulalip, sponsored by Bulldog Haven Northwest.
35 is Haley Wilkinson out of Lake Stevens, sponsored by Cobalt Cycles. The 83G is Zach Larson out of somewhere, sponsored by Brundage Bowen Concrete Pumping. The JE55 is Jessica Wilkinson out of Marysville, sponsored by Pilchuck Heating and Air Conditioning. 676, Ricky Dietz out of Arlington, sponsored by Tire Pros, the shop of Arlington.
5th row is Bruce Beeler's 13 out of Tacoma, Black Thunder Transport. To his outside, Nick Holton, 71 out of Marysville, sponsored by MCA Creations. Doug Wilkinson tags the back in the 53 out of Lake Stevens, also sponsored by Tony V's Garage. So there's 11 of them, 30 laps to determine the title. Clark and Larson are the 2 guys going after the championship. They can still reasonably pull it off. Corbett leads us to green.
As we are green right now, the 9 car of Dakota Wilkinson with the preferred line is, oh, that didn't last long. we got some drama through the first corner there as the 74 of Chris Curtis goes around. Can't quite get it started now, he does, but the yellow flag is out. Let's watch see what happens here.
See what kind of tear up there is on the Curtis car to get this all started and ready to go. Down in the corner, I think that's that's a bad
one
case.
Lift didn't.
Yeah, one listed, one didn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know.
Almost took the teammate out too.
Yeah, just a bad situation for Curtis there. I don't think you were going to have anybody really lifting, especially going into that first right-hand turn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's figure 8 racing sometimes.
Yep. We will try it again. We've seen this now twice so far.
So Dakota Wilkinson, front row with Jamie Corbett. Wilkinson has not timed in well all year, but gradually seems to be picking up a lot of speed as the main event comes around.
Oh, yes. Yep.
As we are off and running, green flag is out.
Green flag for the 9 of Dakota Wilkinson, the 676, or that, 767 of Jamie Corbett, but Dakota Wilkinson will grab the lead in his grandpa's throwback car as something going south on the 74. Chris Curtis probably has something to do with the contact earlier in this race.
Yep, he'll get out the way, and I'll bet you tries to take that right-hand hook into the pit area. So Curtis out early. He's one of our feature winners on the year. It is Wilkinson, Corbett, and Clark, 1, 2, and 3 here. And
Yellow.
Curtis can't make it, so caution flag will come out. Boy, that's a big viewing audience right there,
yes,
was it
is.
not?
Yeah. As we will see what happens here, as I can't tell. I don't think there was any contact. Something broke in the middle of the straightaway. Not exactly sure.
It's still steering. And it's still steering.
I wonder if the rear end broke. Maybe the third link that holds in the rear end broke.
Yeah.
And because how the way the car shifted,
yeah,
that definitely could have been the cause of that. So when those break, you're done. So we will stack them up again. It is Dakota Wilkinson with 1 lap in, so we don't have to do a complete restart. And we are down 2 cars, and we are green flag off and running once again, minus the 74 of Curtis and the 83 of Larson.
And with Larson going out, that makes Clark your champion. So
Yes.
Ryan Clark is now secured Chain Lake Express Wash Outlaw Figure 8 title. See if he can punctuate it with a win as he's running second to Wilkinson at the moment.
Yeah, good job, Ryan. The youngster taking home the championship. Might as well try to take home the win now as he is chasing down the 9 of Wilkinson as we got Ricky Dietz doing a little dirt tracking style like we've always seen him do in the figure 8 division.
Doing Ricky Dietz things,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
He likes driving that car wide open and halfway loose.
Yeah.
So if you see the back end kicking out on it on Dietz, that's by design.
Oh, 100%. And now he has to. Oh,
I mean, not
that one
that-
wasn't.
yeah.
That was not by design, right?
No.
Oh, and definitely right there, that was not by design. Poor Jessica Wilkinson, she can never catch a break. Yellow flag out once again.
Oh, we've got 4 Wilkinsons in here. We're just going to lose 25% of them. No big deal, right? One replay coming here on the caution flag as it's been crunch and munch early here in this one.
Yeah.
Into the turn.
Holton.
Nick Holton.
A little bit of help and kaboom! Here comes Jessica as, the right front is gone on that car.
And I'll bet you the left front on the Dietz car is hurting pretty bad.
I bet you're right.
Haley gets around it. Here's from Ricky's point of view.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of help right there. And then look out. Boom.
Well, there would have been one more coming.
Yeah.
Would have been. All right, well, more cars injured. Let's to chill.
Yeah.
They still have 60 minutes of fear to get through.
I know. They got some couple weeks to finish the year off. So they got some weeks to get going here to get them ready for the 60 minutes. Good paying race. Dakota Wilkinson, our leader, he won the 60 minutes of fear, I believe, 2 years ago. So we will try this again. We are down even more cars. We are down to 7. No, we lost 1. Dietz is still in it.
Where once there was 11, now there's 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dietz, somehow, some way, still in it. Kept his spot, too. So.
Well, that crew...
Actually, no, he didn't keep his spot. He was already in the back.
That crew can thrash if there is a problem on the cars. So.
Yep.
And thrash they may have.
So back up front, it is Wilkinson, Ryan Clark, and Jamie Corbett. That's your top 3 as they run. Haley Wilkinson in 4th in the 53 of Doug Wilkinson. Her dad running in the top 5. 3 of the Dietzes, or 3 of the Wilkinsons left in this race are running top 5.
Jessica, who is a cousin to them, if I remember correctly?
Jessica is the aunt to Haley and Dakota,
okay,
and
so
sister to Doug.
Sister to Doug. Okay, so that's the connection.
Yes.
So it is Dakota and Ryan Clark out front, taking her easy, at least for the time being, as your intersection has gotten distinctly more calm over the course of this race now with less cars.
Yeah, that'll tend to happen where you're 23 down, or 23 down now, as we will see if maybe these two will start to pull away from the rest of the field, and they might catch the rest of the traffic. But it's looking like everyone's running pretty even right now. That's one thing with the Outlaw Figure 8s. These are very, very well-built machines, engineered machines. They're very much like a Pro Late model. So any little thing that you do to them, they can go really fast or really slow, and we're starting to see now that Wilkinson and Clark are starting to pull away. So we might get some traffic in the intersection
They're
here.
well-built cars, but they're by no means cookie-cutter cars. You can't just go to the Outlaw Figure 8 store and say, give me the Outlaw Figure 8 parts.
No, you have to fabricate almost everything.
A lot of stuff on that is, something as a parts guy, I go through and go, yeah, there's stuff that I have that works on these cars, but more often than not, you got to do a little something different here, a little something different there, depending on what frame you have, etc. So it's unique in that regard. I appreciate the craftsmanship behind it, that's for sure.
Oh, some of the most beautiful cars you'll ever see built by a lot of the Outlaw Figure 8 drivers, but there's a reason why they call them Outlaw Figure 8s, because there's really not very many rules to them.
In fact, you go through the rule book for these guys, and your technical stuff is pretty simple. Don't dope your tires, and that's... I mean, there isn't much else. Yeah, there isn't much else.
More so safety rules than anything, and I mean, I think the Outlaw Figure 8s have a smaller rule book than the Hornets do, so.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, makes tech easy.
100%, yeah.
And it adds a lot of innovation, too. Think you can do it? Think it'll make the car faster? Give it a shot. Give it a try. The car builder in me loves it.
And then you have the intersection in there as well, so there we go. 16 laps to go here for Wilkinson. I know he's been on the podium. I think he has taken home a win so far this year as well. So looking to pick up a few more or another win to his career and his Outlaw Figure 8 racing career, I should say.
Put 16 more good laps together, and there's more bank for the Big Ed Ritchie 60 Minutes of Fear coming up that will end our season here on Home Track Heroes.
Oh, yeah. So if you're Ryan Clark, because a lot of these drivers have radios, kind of like what we saw with Mackenzie Dietz, that the person that was second in points to you is in the pits.
Yeah.
So, do you go for the win, or do you just stay in second and just ride around? That's kind of where you're at.
Yeah, how much do you want to risk the race car at this point in time for one spot?
At this point, if it was me, I would just stay, if you can get up to Dakota and pass him cleanly, do it. But if you think that it might result in maybe getting a flat tire, cutting down something, or even wrecking, I would just say stay in second, because the big money is in a couple weeks.
It is. It's, for me, the thought process would be very similar. What's this spot worth? And I will admit to you, I don't know what the purse is for these cars.
It's very good purse for what it is.
But I don't know what the difference between first and second
I think it's $150.
Okay.
Or $100,
so
I think.
How much of your race car is worth risking for $150 extra, but the extra glory that comes from winning it not, right?
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, a tire is more expensive than $200.
Yeah.
And most of that front end componentry is worth more than
thousands,
that, right? So on the risk the race car point of it, no, that math doesn't pencil. On the getting the win portion of it, glory lasts forever. Money spent.
Yep. 100%. I
Finish
agree
off
with
your
you.
championship with a win probably would be out-dominating my need to bring the car home in one piece.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a second and thank All Play Roofing. They have been with us all year long here on Home Track Heroes. We would not be able to do this without the guys at All Ply, guys and girls at All Ply Roofing. They serve the greater Puget Sound region. From Bellingham to Tacoma, North Bend to Bremerton, All Ply has you covered. Call All Ply Roofing for a free estimate or visit them at allplyroofing.com, your residential and commercial roofing team, All Ply Roofing.
So I called it. We're going to, since we have gone green now most of the way, Dakota Wilkinson and Ryan Clark have now pulled away so far from the field. Dakota might meet his dad in the intersection the next couple laps. This might get interesting here.
Or sister.
Or sister, too.
Options are there.
Okay. Dad,
Doug Wilkinson
Alrighty.
making Ryan Clark think about it for a second.
Yep, Dad moves out of the way. We'll see if the sister gets out of the way. They haven't got up to yet.
Whoa. Well, does Doug want to take the front end of his car out to guarantee a win for Code? And I'm guessing probably not.
No, I don't
I've never
think
seen
so.
Doug drive like that before, so. But Clark's got 6 laps left to go here. Getting a little more breathing room coming through the crossing. See if he does anything with him. Really has not laid the front bumper to him.
No, I think he's just kind of sitting there, and if maybe Dakota makes a mistake, he might pounce on that. But at this point, Dakota's running a really good race, hitting all of his marks, getting into some intersection as his sister moves out of the way, so that no harm, no foul there. As we are 5 laps to go, as we look like that is a battle for 6th and 7th between Haley and Doug Wilkinson.
Haley pushes wide in the corner. There's the shot for Doug as he'll go side by side and makes the move into turn number 1. Look out, Haley. Save it. Save it. Saved.
That was good.
Well done.
If I had the opportunity, I'd still maybe run into my dad once.
I mean, just one time.
Just one
for fun.
time.
Sean would appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course. Oh,
Your
100%.
crew would, but, yeah.
But he would.
But Sean would.
Back up front, Wilkinson, Clark, and Jamie Corbett. That is your top 3. Don't even know where Jamie Corbett's on the track at this point because they're so far gone. 2 laps to go.
Having a good race wherever he is, Jamie, as a podium's never anything to
They're about to meet him in the intersection is what they're about to meet.
All right, so Wilkinson, Clark, and hey, there's Jamie Corbett. Yeah, he's not a factor in that top 2 battle.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Something catastrophic would have to happen. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Dakota Wilkinson. Like I said, we've seen many times on the podium this year. We'll see if he can pick up another win.
And checkered flag will fly for 1 more set of left corners. Round they go. Dakota Wilkinson takes the W. Ryan Clark, season championship for him, and a really strong way to finish out the year for Jamie Corbett. He will take a checkered flag and pick up 3rd.
Look at that. Good race. It started off a little rough, and it's ended smooth.
Picked up a whole bunch of laps in a row, and now it'll be Clark burning her down.
He's got a few more weeks to...
You're putting new tires on for the 60 minutes no matter what.
Yeah,
so.
I believe that's a 4-tire race.
And now with 30 laps, the way they just ran them, sure, burn them down and celebrate a little bit.
Those could have been practice tires, but not anymore. That's okay. You win championships every so often, burn the tires down.
That's right. Celebrate big. You've earned it. Ryan Clark will go to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium. He'll be joined by Dakota Wilkinson, your feature winner, and Jamie Corbett.
Well, Jamie, chaos kind of happened around you. How do you keep your composure week in, week out as the Outlaws do outlaw things?
Well, they call me Cool James for a reason.
You've certainly been improving as the year goes on, qualifying a little bit faster, getting a little bit better, and chasing these 2 young guys in front of you. What more do you think you need to get to them?
I need to be consistent like the veterans. Like, they do lap after lap awesome times, and I mess up a little bit, and that's where they get me. But, I love racing with these kids. I love racing with the veterans and the champions, and it's great to see all you fans here. Thank you for coming out.
And who would you like to thank for getting that car out here?
Ryan Berg, Tire Pros, Arlington, A1 Auto Service Center. I appreciate your help, buddy. I mean, you help my brother. You help a lot of people out this track. You help the track itself, dude. You're huge. Also, Paul Peterson. Paul Peterson works on almost every car out here. That guy should get a VIP pass. He should never have to pay for a pit pass again. But Paul Peterson, love you, man. I appreciate all your help. GN Northwest, Dan Miller, Brandy Hood Promotions, Bobby Black, The Rev, and of course all my super fans out here. I love you guys.
Driver of the 767, third place tonight, Jamie Corbett. Well, Coach, this is win number 4 on a season that's seen you really come into your own with this number 9. Next is 60, chasing number 2. You think you can do it?
Well, that's going to be a tough one. We got a lot of work on the car. I had to race with a broken servo. Hard to turn in the left, great in the right. There's a lot of speed out here. I'm trying to catch up to them. I just got to hope for some drama at 60.
Well, you get a special opportunity to race with most of your family out here at Evergreen Speedway. What is that like?
It's something special. You can't beat racing with family. It's great seeing them battle. Yeah.
Who would you like to thank for your performance out here tonight?
Hold on.
Oh, we brought a list this time.
I've brought it every time this year, Derek.
I'm still going to make fun of you.
All right. I'd like to thank Tony V's Garage, Pilchuck Heating, Pacific Northwest Forerunner Connection, AOS Go Septic, Waltz Wood Company, Rep and Welding and Whale, PNC Landsmiths, Rift, DTMX Racing, my mom, my dad, all the fans, and my sister for racing with me, my dad, my family, everybody. Bubba too.
Driver the number 9, your race winner tonight. Give it up for Dakota Wilkinson. Ryan, we've known each other a long time. We grew up in these stands, watching these races, dreaming about the future. You can call yourself an Outlaw Figure 8 champion. How does it feel?
I really don't know how to explain this. Just like the 60 Minutes win last year, I said I didn't know how to explain this, and this tops that. We have worked all season to get here and to do this. Just, oh my God, I am so happy. I'm over the moon, and I cannot thank MBQ Motorsports enough. They are behind me all season, every step of the way, and 21 years old, and we're the 2025 Outlaw Figure 8 champion, baby!
The show's
Figure 8 champion in the country.
The show's not over yet. I know there's one more that matters a lot to you. You're chasing 2 in a row with 60 Minutes. You ready for it?
Oh yeah, we're more than ready. Looking to go back-to-back for 60 minutes. We're going to come out here and, like I said, this team, we are driven to do the best out here that we can. And next up is 60 Minutes of Fear, and we're going to go defend that title and come home 2-time winner.
Well, this is the most important question given who you're currently surrounded by. Who helps you do it? Who helped you win this one?
I say it every time, and I mean it. I have the best list of sponsors I could ever ask for. I'm going to start it off a little different this time. Everyone you see in this picture is the best crew I could ask for. MBQ Motorsports. MBQ Motorsports, we work our butt off in the shop, at the track. Racing is in this team's blood, in this family's blood, and I cannot thank them enough so much. So thank you, MBQ Motorsports. Thank you to all my sponsors throughout the 2025 season. I'm so happy we could bring this championship home to our sponsors, to this team, and I cannot thank everyone that has helped me out enough. Thank you guys all, and here's to an amazing 2025. Here's to fighting for a 2025 60 Minutes of Fear championship, and here's to a great 2026.
To the future, my friends. Roar of the engines will echo it all. Give it up for your Outlaw Figure 8 champion, Ryan the Rocket Clark.
Well, congratulations to all our champions this year here at Evergreen Speedway. Congratulations to you, Chad Fitzpatrick, late model winner at Wenatchee here recently.
Thank you.
As we've had a fantastic season here on Home Track Heroes, and we've got more for you. DriftCon After Dark coming up next week here on the show. Frank Mirabelli will join me. We'll have a bunch of fun with that. Wanted to make a note for you guys as well. Hey, we're into October, and you know what that means? We wear pink in October, and we wear pink for those who are survived and have fighting cancer. Going to do that on the undershirt all October long here on Home Track Heroes. So feel free to join with us as just one of those cool little things we're going to do to those who have fought the good battle. For Chad Fitzpatrick, for the Hobbses, I'm Caleb Hart. We will see you next Sunday night here on Home Track Heroes. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.